Hello everyone, this is Daytrading, and today is Tuesday, May 11th, and I'll be going over my recap for today. So today, unfortunately, ended the day red, negative $585. Was back and forth throughout the whole day today, and felt like overtraded a bit and sized up a bit, and today was a thin day to size up. So today it looked like it was a good day in terms of like percent gainers, but a lot of them were kind of mid mid caps and higher institutional ownership. And with those type of tickers, it's a lot harder to short because they don't move the same way as small cap. So I still need to learn to avoid trading those, although some of the symbols look decent. So yeah, let's get to my recap here. And for the sake of time, I'll probably just go over the top 4 winners and the bottom 4 losers of the day, since I have a whole long list here today. I'll go over PRTY, Party City, which was my biggest win of almost $700 here. So PRTY, also a high institutional ownership ticker. I took a short around here, or actually this was a long, took a long trade, and then it was a quick little scalp. I think it would have been a nice little entry if I held a little longer. Yeah, I saw this idea here, pretty much my kind of long setup, but for some reason I wasn't confident in holding this, so I took it for a quick little scalp. For a penny there, and then it ended up moving like pretty nicely there, going half a dollar. And then later on, I saw a short trade here forming. I took that short off the 942, and I took a profit off the 5-minute trend. So that was a win there. And then my biggest trade was during the end of the day here, where you can see it hit high of days during high volume, and then had a lower high, and then I had this kind of trend line drawn. So you can see a little inverted cup and handle forming. Took that short and pretty much covered on the 5-minute 9 EMA for a $700 win total on Party City. Next trade is ISNS. So here, this was a nice little signal as well. You can see lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, inverted cup and handle. Took the short and then cover on the 15-minute chart, which it bounced off of. And that was for a $204 win. Next trade with SQBG. So SQBG had a couple trades here. And again, it got chopped around a little bit here, but I think my initial trade was a I think I actually shorted here and then just covered it pretty much instantly when it popped up here. But it was a fail flag, you can see. It was extended on the hourly chart, so I was a little bit short biased. But you can see it's a fail flag, and then I took it short here where I covered. Then it had another flag attempt and try to hold VWAP here. And a nice little wick here fell. And then I went ahead and tried to take it short and cover around here, and then I got kind of chopped around trying to get the next leg here. So I went in and out here a couple times when I should have just waited. But there's like this wick that probably trapped a lot of shorts. And then I got chopped up a little bit here, and then I ended up taking a short there and then covering right down there. But it was a more difficult day to trade, at least on the short side. So the next trade is PHUN. So here, this was a long idea, just wasn't the best kind of setup. So it tested the hourly chart, kind of double bottom, higher lows, tried to take this long here. It hit like 140 level, and then it kind of like consolidated around this 140 level. And when I saw it kind of pushing, I took the 140 there. It spiked up to 143. Couldn't get any sales there. I took some sales at 142, and then I had to take the rest off for a pretty much break-even trade there. But this was like a small $70 win and then $20 win there. So that's my top four. My bottom four is NERV. So NERV was an after-hour trade. Totally don't recommend trading like this, but pretty much I just got chopped up in this little mess here, expecting a correction on the downside because it's extended, but again, it's after hours, and sometimes you don't get that correction at all during after hours. But pretty much I try to short this to the 5-minute correction, ended up bouncing, ended up breaking down by a penny there, and it squeezed me out, and then it get corrected there. So yeah, this happened a few times. I think the chart looked pretty nice. It broke down, and then it just recovered most of the time. So it got me trapped a lot, and I don't know why I continued to fight this short, which ended up, you know, adding up to a bigger loss of $631 for NERV. So in the end, you know, I should have just avoided this. Feel I kept, you know, making the same mistakes for my other losses earlier this month. But definitely need to learn to avoid these high institutional ownership. So that's NERV. My other big loss was IGT. I think I sized in a little bit too much here. And the reason being, I was a little bit confident of this flag break. So this was an attempted flag break, and it had a nice kind of inverted cup and handle on the 5-minute chart. Took it short, expecting a correction to the 15-minute, but again, high institutional ownership. So these doesn't, you know, play out the way small caps does. So I took a healthy loss there on that little. So it actually broke down by a few penny, bounced back up, and just like squeezed. So again, not the best day to size up on, and definitely to avoid these high institutional ownership. The next trade was PLTR. Again, I think I got chopped up here. I was expecting a correction as well, trying to the 15-minute chart, and here it's the first time I tested it. So I was looking for a kind of short and maybe retest, but again, I had to kind of respect the 15-minute trend more than the hourly chart, even though the hourly is extended. People are not, I guess, really looking into the hourly for these high institutional ownership. So I might just need to use 15-minute as the new hourly for these type of stocks. Again, took a $266 loss here. I'm trying to fight it short. So you can see it's short there, got a little wick, and then it squeezed me out. So that's PLTR for $266 loss. And then my other big loss of $100 was AUPH. Again, there's another high institutional ownership. Today was just institutional ownership galore, so definitely not the day to size up on. But I do want to, you know, continue to size up just to train my emotions a little bit on, you know, the bigger P&Ls. But with that, I might get a bigger loss. But that's okay. So here it broke down on this inverted cup and handle on AUPH by a few pennies, and then it squeezed me up. So I took a $100 loss there. So again, avoid. And then my other after-hour trade was on FUBO. Again, this was an after-hour trade, and it, you know, doesn't really correct to the 15-minute. Right now it's like consolidated for so long that the 15-minute 90 EMA is slowly caught up now. But I was trying to fight this as well on my trade zero account, and I was pretty much getting chopped up in the middle of this for some time there, and I actually give away my profits earlier. I think I had a nice short up here, which was probably the only short that worked out pretty cleanly. So that's the 1 minute chart, went to the 5 minute. And then I was trying to look for the 5 minute going to the 15 minute, but it just ended up chopping sideways, which yeah, made me lose all my gains from FUBO from that trade and more. So down 54 on my trade zero. So yeah, so that was my like top 4 gains and top 4 losses of today, down a total of 585. Not the best start. I think I'm pretty much flat on the month, but just gotta hang on there and learn from these mistakes and avoid these high institutional ownership, because I tend to not perform well. All right, so yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in to this daily recap, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye guys.